and operating the wind farms. So it's really, I mean, there are other side businesses that are going to benefit as that as well, indirect jobs. These are direct jobs. So we took their numbers, we did a study of comparable industries. So for instance, I think in the operations area, I took utilities. I looked at utilities and I said, okay, how many engineers do they have, how many scientists, how many business guys, how many lawyers, all that kind of stuff. I said, okay, in that industry, of that subset, how many of those professional type jobs would benefit from training specific in that industry? And so we ruled out, you know, let's say human resources specialists. They're probably not going to benefit a whole lot from learning how to design a rotor blade or what's variable speed technology or something like that. Okay. So we took those out and we kind of came up with an estimate of how many people would benefit from training in wind energy in the professions. So most of them are engineers, but we even included business people, lawyers, scientists, all those type of things. So we came up with a number between 20 and 30,000. So if you take the low end 20,000, the year 2030 is 20 years from now, basically. That's 1,000 people a year that we could be training. That's our target audience at Texas Tech. So it's 1,000 a year, and we know now there aren't very many programs at all in the United States focusing on wind energy. The interest is growing. So many universities are looking at it very seriously. So let's assume we're one of 10. So we have to have 100 a year in our program. In a program of 4 or 5 years, that's like 500 kids. So that would be a very big program in the university. So that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of interest. Offer 2 undergraduate classes and have about 80 or 90 people have signed up for the undergraduate classes, and we're about, I want to say, 70 in the graduate programs. So we're growing pretty fast, and the undergraduates just started in the previous spring semester. So what are the jobs, the engineering jobs in the industry? There's just about any type of engineer can find something in the industry. You don't have to be a wind engineer. Civil engineers, I'm actually a civil engineer undergraduate. Industrial engineers, mechanical engineers, there's huge opportunity within the turbine manufacturers. Aerospace engineers. My son is a graduate aerospace engineer now in graduate school. I tried to tell him wind. There's a place for him there. We could work together, but he wants to go to the moon. So, but you know, all of these engineering disciplines have a place in the wind energy industry. But you don't have to be engineers. You can be lawyers. You can be atmospheric scientists, meteorologists, governmental affairs, environmental specialists. All of those type of things. There would be a lot of jobs in the wind energy industry. So our program at Texas Tech is therefore not just an engineering discipline. It includes business, includes environmental, all of those aspects, and so you don't have to be an engineer in our program. As far as other universities that do offer degrees in wind energy, you got Illinois State University, Texas Tech, University of Iowa, and the University of Massachusetts at Amherst. So maybe others since this was done, I don't know, 6 months ago was the last time we really checked into this. Other ones have programs where you can get a minor in wind energy or a degree in renewable energy. So Appalachian State, Arizona, you can see the list there. And then you have a lot of universities offering courses in wind energy curriculum. So West Texas A&M, we got Juan's University there, Texas A&M, University of Texas. So those are the ones in Texas, but practically every, a bunch of them, the community college, technical schools, junior colleges in the state, a whole bunch of them are now offering courses in wind energy technology oriented to the guys that want to climb the towers and operate the projects. So those programs seem to be growing very fast, but I think a lot of four-year universities are focused on wind energy as well. So I'm not going to be surprised to see several offering degrees in wind energy over the next few years. So I mentioned our partnership with Texas Wind Energy Institute. Our grant required that we offer an undergraduate degree program in wind energy, that we offer graduate certificate programs. It didn't require a master's degree, but we're looking at that as well. It did require distance education courses in wind energy, which we're now offering. And of course, TSTC, it bolstered the program that they already had oriented at technician training. So the types of degrees we're looking at, the wind energy technology one at TSTC. Now we have approval at the university for a degree that would be Bachelor of Science in University Studies, emphasis in wind energy. As we grow, as we become an entity in our own right, it may eventually be a Bachelor of Science in wind energy. Right now we're working within the boundaries established in the university, and they already have the University Studies program. So I'll talk about that a little more in a little bit. And now we're just now also going to have a option under the General Studies program as well. You can get a minor in wind energy now. If you're working on an engineering degree or business degree or other type of degree, by taking 18 hours of undergraduate courses in wind energy, you get a minor in wind energy. So we offered the first undergraduate course last spring. The second, I'm teaching that this semester. We have 5 other wind energy programs at the undergraduate level being developed. Our courses are all being videotaped. The graduate ones are already being offered by distance. The undergraduate ones, I expect, will be doing that sometime in the next year or so. We have a lot of research opportunities. Our entity, as I said earlier, was the Wind Science Engineering Research Center. That's what the center has been about for a long time, is doing research. So a lot of our graduate students and undergraduates are employed at the center to do research. And then we have oversight from the industry through a subset of the Wind Coalition, which is a lot of the industry folks that do either wind project development or manufacturing, things like that in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas. So the Wind Coalition, a subset of their board, serves as our curriculum advisory committee. So we have the graduate certificate in wind energy, both technical track and non-technical track. So again, we knew non-engineers would be interested in these programs, and we have a program for them. We're thinking about a master's in wind science and engineering, or possibly a master's in engineering emphasis in wind energy, because Texas Tech for many years has had a master's in engineering program where you can emphasize different aspects. So in the PhD program that's already in place, in the PhD program, a little less than half are in wind energy right now. The other half, they like to go out and chase tornadoes and hurricanes. So they're down there watching the weather map, seeing if something materializes in the Gulf, ready to jump in the trucks. So again, the undergraduate degree can fall under university studies or general studies. In university studies, the way that program works is you take a base of core curriculum that would apply to almost any degree in the university. So you've got your foreign language, you've got English, you've got basic math, basic science, those type of things. It's about 96 hours, I believe. And then you take, maybe not 96, I forget the exact, but you take 3 blocks of 18 hours, including our 18 hours in wind energy. You might take 18 hours in atmospheric science, you might take 18 hours in business commerce. So we try to match them to what the student's interest is. Do they want to work in construction in the wind energy industry? Do they want to be on the meteorological side of it? Do they want to be in project development? So we'll pick out those 18 hours with them, 3 different blocks to come up with the area, the way their degree will be structured. So here are our courses right now. So intro to wind energy, social impacts of wind energy. Those are being taught this semester. Next semester we'll have the Wind Energy Lab and Wind Energy Science and Technology 1 offered. And then probably the semester after that we'll have Wind Energy Science and Technology 2 and Wind Energy Grid Integration. And we should have all of this up and running here where somebody can go through the whole program even starting now. In the core curriculum, well, the same classes there, you can take those and get a minor. So particularly those that are pretty far along in their degree plan and kind of know what they're doing. If they're a civil engineer, they're a mechanical engineer, I say, hey, you should stay in that program. Get your AA degree, CE degree.